It started 3 days after my motorcycle accident. The doctor said I was lucky to be alive, cracked ribs, a concussion, a broken leg. But I was healing faster than expected. By day 3, I was fully awake. Yet when I heard footsteps approach, something in me stayed still. My older brother Camden came in first. "Still out cold?" he said to someone behind him. "Good," came my mother's voice. "Maybe this will finally teach her a lesson." My heart stuttered. "What lesson?" "Riding that death trap at 25, Mom continued. "She's always been reckless. Remember when she dropped out of law school to become a paramedic?" "Which was probably smart," Camden said. "She never had the brains for law anyway." I lay there perfectly still as they dissected my life like I was already dead. "The worst part is the money," Mom sighed. "Do you know what this stay is costing? And she has that bare-bones insurance from her ambulance job. We could always just—" Camden's voice dropped. "Don't even say it," Mom hissed. "I'm just saying, if she doesn't wake up, the life insurance would stop." "Someone might hear you." My blood turned to ice. They were discussing my life insurance while I was lying right there. "Maybe this is a sign," Camden went on. "She's never fit in with this family anyway. Always playing hero. Always making us look bad with her blue-collar job." "Remember when she brought that homeless man to Christmas dinner?" Mom asked, dripping disgust. "Or when she testified against Uncle Richard?" Camden added. "Richard, the family secret I was never supposed to expose." "She destroyed this family," Mom said quietly. "Richard's in prison because of her lies." 15 years of abuse were lies to them. "You know what I think?" Camden whispered. "We need to have a serious conversation with her doctor about her prognosis." "What kind of conversation?" "Quality of life. Brain injuries are unpredictable. Sometimes it's more merciful to let someone go." "Think about it, Mom. She'll wake up and go right back to embarrassing us, back to her pathetic job, her bleeding heart causes, her vindictive crusade against our family." "She cost us everything," Mom said, voice strengthening. "The country club membership, the charity boards. Do you know how humiliating it was when the Weatherbys asked me to step down?" "Because of her lies about Richard," Camden agreed. "One troubled girl's fantasy destroyed a good man's reputation." "Fantasy? 15 years erased with a word." "If she doesn't wake up," Camden continued, "the insurance money would solve a lot of problems. We could pay off the house. Take that European trip you want." "How much is the policy?" $200,000. Plus maybe a settlement from the motorcycle company faulty brakes." My stomach churned. The brakes weren't faulty. I'd hit black ice. "We'd have to be careful," Mom said. "Make it look natural." Of course, grief-stricken family making the difficult decision to let their daughter go peacefully. "When should we talk to the doctor?" "Soon, before she shows more signs of improvement." Footsteps neared. "Look at her," Camden said coldly. 25, and this is what she has to show for it. No husband, no real career, no money. I had such hopes for her. Mom sighed. Law school, a proper marriage, grandchildren. Instead, she chose to throw it all away. For what? To save strangers who probably don't even appreciate it. She always was selfish, Mom added. Even as a child, always causing drama, seeking attention. That was what they called my cries for help when Richard was hurting me. The funeral would actually help our image, Camden mused. Tragic young woman taken too soon. People love a martyred hero story. "We could set up a scholarship," Mom said, warming to it. "Show how much we supported her career choice." "Perfect. Turn me into a symbol while being free of the person." They moved to the door. "I should talk to the doctor," Mom said. "What's his name?" "Martinez." "Good idea. I'll call the insurance company to understand the process. And remember, if anyone asks, we were here praying for her recovery." The door clicked shut. I lay there in the hum of machines, breathing evenly, trying to understand what kind of people I was related to. That night, I replayed every family memory smiles I now saw as masks, pride that had been performance. I remembered telling my parents about Richard when I was 22, home for Christmas, after 4 years of therapy gave me courage. "Are you sure you remember?" Mom asked. "Children misinterpret adult affection," Dad said. When I brought my journals, they called me dramatic, attention-seeking. 2 years later, when Richard was caught abusing my cousin Ila, the medical evidence was conclusive. Yet somehow I remained the villain. The next morning, my cousin Bridget arrived with her husband, Trevor, dressed like a catalog for success. "Any change?" Bridget asked. "None," Mom replied with theatrical grief. "Such a tragedy," Trevor said, as if noting the weather. "Has anyone been to her apartment?" Bridget asked, calculating. "Someone should check on her things." "Camden has her keys," Mom said. "He's handling it." "Good thinking," Trevor said. "Does she have valuables? Electronics? Jewelry? Savings?" "Not much," Camden answered as he walked in. Her bike was the most expensive thing, and it's totaled. What about savings? Investments? Bridget pressed. She spent everything on that ridiculous motorcycle, Mom said with disgust, and giving money away to every sob story. They meant the women's shelter, the homeless veteran, the immigrant family's medical bills. Remember when she paid for that stranger's cancer treatment? Bridget laughed, or gave her whole Christmas bonus to that animal rescue. Camden added, as if generosity were pathology. At least she had good life insurance, Trevor said. The EMT union required it, Camden replied. Who are the beneficiaries? Mom and I, he said. She set it up when she still considered us family. That's fortunate, Trevor said. Fortunate my death. A windfall. They stayed an hour, drifting between fake concern and real finances funeral arrangements. Memorial optics. A flattering obituary for them. No one mentioned missing me. No fond memory. No hope for recovery. When they left, I heard Mom whisper to Camden, "Have you talked to Dr. Martinez? This afternoon, I'm going to ask about our options." Our options, not mine. That afternoon, Dr. Martinez entered with Camden. I liked him. Calm, capable, kind. "Doctor, I need to ask difficult questions," Camden began, voice thick with counterfeit sorrow. "My sister's always been troubled mental health issues, risky behavior. If she wakes up, might she not be the same person?" Laying groundwork to question my competency. "Brain injuries can affect personality," Dr. Martinez said carefully, "but your sister's scans look promising. I expect a full recovery. But you can't be certain. Medicine is probabilities, and the probability is that she'll recover. What if we're not comfortable with those odds?" Silence. "Are you asking about withdrawing life support?" "I'm asking about all our options." "Your sister isn't on life support," the doctor said evenly. "She's breathing on her own. Vitals are stable. Brain function is normal. But if her condition deteriorated? There's no indication it will. I expect her to regain consciousness soon." Camden's frustration seemed to vibrate the air. "She's caused significant trauma to our family with false accusations. My job," Dr. Martinez cut in, "is to treat medical conditions, not judge life choices. Your sister is recovering. Even if she's a danger to herself? Has a court declared her incompetent? No. Then she has the same rights as any adult. I'm going to check on her now. Please step outside." His footsteps came to my bedside. "Your vitals are excellent," he murmured, then softer. "I know you can hear me. Your brother's questions were inappropriate. No one will make decisions for you without your consent. When you're ready, open your eyes." My heart rate spiked. "Thought so," he whispered. "Take your time." That evening, the parade continued, relatives who'd shunned me during Richard's trial. Aunt Dolores arrived, grief arranged like makeup. "Such a tragedy," she sighed. "Wasted potential," Uncle Paul corrected. "Maybe this is God's peace." They called grooming guidance, abuse, love, my testimony fantasy. The most disturbing part was their certainty. When they finally left, Paul told Camden, "If you need character witnesses about her mental state, we're happy to help." The next day, my father came. For a moment, I hoped. "I don't know if you can hear me," he said, voice rough with something that imitated love. "But I need to say something. Your mother thinks we should let you go. Camden thinks it would be mercy. Maybe they're right." Hope extinguished. "You broke this family apart. My brother is in prison because of you. My wife can't show her face at church. My son has to explain why his sister destroyed our reputation. I know why you did it. You were jealous of Richard. Jealous of the man who stole my childhood. The worst part is people believed you. A court believed you. But he's a good man who made one mistake. One mistake, not a decade of patterns. If you wake up, nothing changes. Maybe it's better if you don't." He paused, returned to my bedside. "I've already signed the papers Camden prepared. If your condition deteriorates, we won't keep you alive artificially. It's best for everyone." Papers. They were paving a legal road to my death. "I should hate you," he whispered, "but you're still my daughter. I hope you find peace." That night, a new voice, crisp, professional. "Mrs. Thornfield, I'm attorney Patricia Walsh. You called about your daughter's situation." They'd hired counsel to help them kill me. They discussed unpredictable brain injuries, concerns about competency, guardianship if she wakes, and end-of-life decisions if she doesn't. Medical power of attorney. They'd given themselves the right to decide if I lived. If I woke, they'd petition for guardianship. If I didn't, they'd let me die and collect the payout. The next morning, Dr. Martinez returned alone. "I know you're awake," he said softly, shutting the door. "And I know what they're planning. We need to talk." I opened my eyes. "They're trying to kill me." "I know. Legally, they might succeed. They filed for emergency medical POA. Without anyone to contest it, the court granted it. But I'm conscious. They could claim your judgment is impaired. With the right evaluation and family testimony. What are my options? He pulled a chair close. Limited, not non-existent. Tell me about your uncle. I told him everything from the special games to my failed attempt at disclosure, to Illa, to the evidence, to the conviction. He listened, jaw tight with anger that wasn't aimed at me. What do you want to do now? He asked. Disappear, I said. Let them think I died. That's complicated and illegal. More illegal than conspiracy to commit murder? He exhaled. There might be another way, but it would require perfect timing and absolute trust. He outlined it. A documented sudden deterioration, emergency intubation, the family's choice to withdraw life support, a death certificate reflecting a plausible complication, then a quiet transfer to a funeral home connected to witness protection contacts. This could end my career, he warned. Why risk it? Because letting them kill you would violate do no harm. And because I've seen families like yours. 2 days later, he called my family. My condition had worsened. Brain swelling had increased. I was intubated and in a medically induced coma. When they arrived, I let the ventilator breathe for me, unresponsive but fully aware. What's the prognosis? Camden asked, hope curling in his voice. Guarded, Dr. Martinez said. Even with reduced swelling, there may be permanent damage, cognitive impairment, personality changes, loss of motor function. I could hear their relief. What are our options? Continue aggressive treatment and hope, or some families choose to withdraw life support and allow natural death. Is that your recommendation? I can't make that decision for you. They conferred by the window, urgent whispers about my fate. We've made our decision, Mom said finally. Withdraw life support. It's what she would want. I had never said that. She wouldn't want to be a burden, Camden added. This is merciful. Are you certain? The doctor asked. It's irreversible. We're certain, Camden said. When can we proceed? Tomorrow morning. That night, Dr. Martinez squeezed my hand. When they extubate, you'll need to stop breathing on your own for 30 seconds. I'll document cardiac arrest, then failed resuscitation. You'll transfer to Morrison Funeral Home. Someone will meet you. Who? Agent Patricia Wolfe, FBI. She's been tracking Richard's case and your family's reaction. The Bureau has an open investigation. The next morning, my extended family gathered to watch me die. They arranged themselves around my bed like actors at a wake. Dr. Martinez explained the procedure. Before he began, they said goodbyes. Thin words that scraped like sandpaper. Uncle Paul leaned close. Maybe now Richard can forgive you. Aunt Dolores squeezed my hand. We know you're sorry for what you did to our family. My father kissed my forehead. I hope you find what you were looking for. Camden laughed. We're sorry it had to end this way, but we know this is what you'd want. Freedom from your pain. We're ready, Mom told the doctor. He discontinued drips, removed tubes, prepared to extubate. The breathing tube slid free. This was my moment. Every cell screamed for air, but I held still. She's not breathing on her own, Dr. Martinez announced, eyes on the monitors. Soft, practiced sighs of relief passed around the room. Heart rate dropping, rhythm irregular. 30 seconds was an eternity stretched across a blade. I'm calling it, he said at last, documenting time and cause. We'd like cremation as quickly as possible, Camden said immediately. She wouldn't want a big funeral. I'll have her transferred to Morrison, the doctor replied. An hour later, after they left to plan logistics and collect their windfall, Dr. Martinez returned. They're gone, he whispered. You can breathe. Air hit my lungs like ocean after drowning. How does it work now? A hearse will come. You'll be moved in a body bag to the funeral home. Agent Wolfe will meet you and begin your new identity. If questions ever arise, the records show what I observed, cessation of breathing and cardiac activity. If it unravels later, the Bureau's case against your family will overshadow it. At Morrison Funeral Home, I met Agent Wolfe, kind eyes, steady grip. We've been investigating since they filed the insurance claim, she said. They submitted paperwork the same day they decided to withdraw life support. Insurance fraud, conspiracy, attempted murder. I was placed in a federal safe house and, for 6 months, worked with prosecutors, grand jury testimony, timelines, recordings of calls, financial trails. Camden had researched insurance long before my accident. Mom had met with advisors about investing a large sum. They'd even shopped European vacations. They'd planned to profit from my death before I was injured. When the arrests came, headlines followed, family plots, daughter's death for insurance, abuse survivor outsmarts, murderous relatives. Dr. Martinez faced a board review and was ultimately cleared commended for protecting a vulnerable patient in the face of a credible threat. Camden was sentenced to 18 years, Mom to 15, others to 5 to 10. Richard's parole was denied again, my case cited as evidence of his ongoing danger and the impact of his crimes. 2 years after my death, I testified at Richard's third parole hearing via secure link. Today, I live as Sage Miller in Oregon, a paramedic and flight medic in a rural county that needs every set of steady hands. My colleagues know I transferred from Colorado after a difficult divorce. They don't know my past, but they know I fight for the vulnerable. Every life I help save is proof I made the right choice. Sometimes letters arrive through the FBI distant relatives who always suspected something was wrong, apologies, excuses. I read them, then file them away. Family isn't blood or reputation. It's the people who show up when it costs them something. Dr. Martinez still checks in through secure channels. Agent Wolf became a friend who understands survivor guilt and rebuilding under a new name. My EMT partner, Quinn, doesn't know my history, but knows my values. Honesty, courage, kindness. Last year, I helped a teenage girl abused by her stepfather. When her family tried to smother the truth for the sake of appearances, I made sure she had advocates. I made sure she had what I never had. The hardest part of this new life isn't isolation or paperwork, or the knowledge that I can never return. It's accepting that the people who were supposed to love me unconditionally were willing to kill me for money and convenience. But from that devastation came a gift. Certainty. I am stronger than they ever imagined, strong enough to vanish, to outsmart people who thought I was helpless, to rebuild from nothing, to save others. They thought they were eliminating a problem. Instead, they created someone unstoppable. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do when people want you gone is choose exactly how you disappear and exactly who you become when you return. The woman they tried to kill is gone. The woman who took her place has nothing left to lose and everything to fight for. Sometimes you have to lose everything to find who you really are. And sometimes the person you really are is someone worth dying for, someone worth living for, someone worth becoming.